every other weekend, and keeping money, and because I had a little job in Washington playing locally.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I couldn't conceive that you could make money. But I'd take my money and I'd tell my father I'd be back, and I'd go to New York.
He let you go.
He let me go. Yeah. He cared, but my father was interesting. My father, he like I said, he used to give me allowances, but he hated giving me allowances. He hated giving me. He was tight. So I said, Dad, I need money to buy a new mouthpiece for Boston Cowboy. He said, well, how much you need? I said, $5. $5? Give me no $5. You ain't do nothing worth $5. I said, Dad, I need the money. I need to get some oil. He said, I tell you what, if you play this solo downstairs perfectly, note for note, if they breathe, you breathe. If they hit the valves, just hit it. You got to do it. I'll give you the money. If not, you can get nothing. So I'd go downstairs and I'd practice, these solos, man. Note for note. And I said, Dad, I got it. And he'd come downstairs and get ready to play it. And if I didn't breathe right where they breathe, he'd say, oh, man, you child. He'd get up. But he'd make me learn those things note for note. Then
cagey. He's smart.
Yeah, and after that, he'd give me the money.
He must be proud.
Yeah, he's my man. He's a boxer, man.
Is he a boxer?
He used to be.
Mm-hmm.
He used to train me.
So how much boxing did you do?
Ever since I was 11 years old.
Really? Weekends?
No, when I was a kid, I used to do it. I used to go to police athletic league.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was in Philly. Plus, he used to train me. He used to teach me when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started doing really doing it. Then when I got to Washington, so. Trumpet always meant more to me than boxing.
Yeah. You did like it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
man.
trumpet took over.
Well, trumpet, it took over. It was never a question.
Yeah.
But once I got serious into, needing more time to practice, I took it out of the boxing.
Yeah, and then you got to watch your chops, and you got to worry about stuff like that.
I didn't think about it.
Really?
I never thought about worrying about my chops until last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I started working out again last year. All of a sudden, for the first time, I started getting nervous about people hitting me in the... I said, man, I must be getting old. I used to spar, man.
Mm-hmm.
I used to spar right before I play a gig, like in the late 80s, I'd play Fat Tuesday. Go work out every other day, man. Just be all... I didn't care. People going play that night. I felt strong,
Well, it sounds like, of course, you sounded like you were confident ever since you were a little kid, but the boxing's got to give you more of a confidence anyway.
Yeah.
In life in general, it gives you more,
Yeah, well, I was boxing gives you some sort of confidence, but when you hit that bandstand, it's a different type of thing.
It's scary, yeah.
Yeah, because you're humbled by the art of creation. Boxing is like chess. It's self-defense and it's strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Music is a whole nother thing. It's evolution. Once you put your instrument to your mouth, at least in jazz anyway, it's less about entertainment, more about what can you do at this moment and what can you build out of,
Yeah.
And taking the people to understand what you're trying to do.
How is it being a band leader? Do you like it?
I love it.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you have a hard time with it?
No, not at all. I always say that I've been a sideman or an apprentice since 76 or 77. And all these guys that I play with, I like to say I play with everybody from Jay McShann to Herbie. And everybody that I play with called me to play with them. I never called them, to be, they like my playing enough to want me to be on there, make music with them. And they saw something in me. And now some of those great masters are gone. They don't have time to take back what they said about me, so I got to prove them right.
That's right.
So,
well, they wouldn't take it back.
Wow.
No, I don't think so. Not what I hear. And let's work backwards. I mean, what bands stand out in your mind? I mean, you were with Alvin and all the people.
Yeah.
Of all the bands you were with, what bands stand out in your mind of like the like pivotal points in your career?
The greatest band I ever played with was VSOP band.
Yeah.
That was the greatest band. Even though it was a tour for 6 months, from that, I like to feel that we all became each other's best friends.
That's on CD still, isn't it? That's on CD, right?
Yeah. And we have a lot of material.
Yeah.
But we all became each other's best friends. Whenever we have problems, I'll call Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Wayne calls me, and Ron. You know, I speak to Ron all the time. We stayed close. But while we were traveling, we talked music all the time. I mean, we talked about life and all.
Mm-hmm.
We never ran from each other. During the daytime, I'd hang out with Wayne and Ron. At night, I'd hang out with Tony and Herbie because Ron and Wayne like to go to sleep at night.
Yeah.
So, you know, but that's and when we were on planes, we all hung out together. I mean, all of us. And, you know, there was never no animosity like people rumors want to make it. Everybody, Tony's always looking for Herbie. And him and Ron will always walk together, you know, tall Ron and little Tony. You know, we had a great time. But that was the best band. Second best band, the band that probably was the most pivotal for me was Tony's band.
Mm-hmm.
Because also through Tony is another way that Miles got to hear me. He told me one time, this before he heard me with Kenny's record, he said, "You play with Tony?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, I know you playing your butt off now." He said, "Because Tony don't like no other trumpet players." Yeah. But Tony, when I was with Tony, it's when I stopped worrying about the critics in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the critics got me the most. See, before I joined Tony, I was playing with Art, which was the other great band, and Elvin. I'll talk about all of them.
Okay.
But when I was playing with Art, I was playing in a style of my early Miles,
Mm-hmm.
Clifford Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And that was cool. You know, I was just trying to swing and play correctly, and after a while, and I don't want to offend nobody because I know the statement offends people, but it's just my true revelation. I didn't have to practice no more. And it was nothing that was, you know, I mean, to play in that style, I could just wake up out of bed and play
Mm-hmm.
sort of in that way, you know. I mean, there was nothing, I wasn't reaching for anything. I was just refining it, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And
Just by playing.
yeah, you know, you're playing the chords and you're playing like this, you know, up and down the chords. You know, when I got with Tony, I did a record with Tony, and I started playing more open. But when he put his band together, I still was playing like Clifford and early Miles,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And one day he said to me, "Wallace, you know, the open way you're playing the blues," because on the blues I would open up.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to play like that on all the songs. I said, "Wow." I was playing intuitive on the blues too, you know.
Yeah.
So I said, "Man, the way I'm playing on that," I said, your originals are so hard." He said, "Yeah, but that's what I want." He said, "You know, I know how you play, and I know what you want. I know what you're going for." He said, "And that's what makes Miles so great and Wayne so great." He said, "The way Clifford plays is a great style, but, you know, I need more than that."
Not for that music. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, he just said he needed more.
Right.
And he said, "And I know that's what you're going for." He said, "So don't worry about what the critics going to say," because I was kind of paranoid the critics were going to say Wallace and Tony, and they trying to be like Miles and
yeah,
Tony.
same old
So,
shit.
yeah. So that's when I finally let that go, and I went to a piano.
So that kind of inhibited you from stretching out even more. Then.
That's what really.
So that mentally that was holding you back because of the critics.
Yeah, the critics.
And that does it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I started going to the piano, and I started finding all those notes that I played intuitively on the blues. I started finding the harmonic answers to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to the point that became the way I played. I mean, everything I had wanted to do.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, we'll come back to Warner Brothers. But anyway, so we're talking about the critics, and
Yeah.
and so you picked out these things in the piano harmonically, what you were doing intuitively, right?
Yeah.
And you wanted to find out what you were doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And the not just the notes, but why the notes work.
Yep.
You know. So I was just finishing what I had been going for and stopped for like a couple of years, maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And Tony was the one that led me back to it because that's the way he needed. He needed something that stimulated him all the time.
Right.
And that's what I was trying to do. So once you learn those things, it becomes part of you. You can't go back. I mean, I can always play. And
You can't go back. No. And Tony
Yeah.
doesn't want to go back.
No.
You know, he's got to go forward.
Right,
Otherwise, it's
right.
not making music.
Right.
You just become a photograph record.
Right. So now when I play, you know, that's the way I play. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I hear all those things that are part of me now. You know, and I can always play I can always revisit the way Clifford played.
Yeah.
And it's part of me. It's in there.
Well,
you
all
know.
of us, all trumpet
Yeah.
players, we all do that.
Yeah.
And we all, we come up from every idol we have, and then hopefully we go on. So
Yeah.
if don't, some do.
Yeah. So that's what happened. You know, that's why I said Tony's band was so pivotal for me. He allowed me to stretch and try everything. The thing about Art Blakey gave you a freedom. It was different than Tony. Tony's freedom was a demanding freedom. Art's freedom was whatever you want to do, just do it. I'll be there to catch you.
Yeah.
Art said, if you throw the trumpet up in the air and take a bow and break it come down, I'll play a roll until the horn comes down and I got you. We're going to make music out of it. So that's where Art
That's
was.
Art,
Yeah. And Elvin, to me, Elvin was a lot like Art Blakey. Matter of fact, his band was very similar, except for Elvin was a more advanced Art Blakey.
Mm-hmm.
He was a giving, loving, loving person. And I mean, on the bandstand and off the bandstand, he supported. You know, the way Elvin plays and the way I play with space and I fill it up a lot. But I think Elvin wasn't always used to the holes I would leave because from playing with Tony,
Yeah.
I started playing over the bar line. If I had a 12-bar blues, I wouldn't play 4 bars, 4 bars, 4
Right.
bars.
You go with the top.
Yeah, I might play 2 bars, leave 3 bars space, and you know, I just play the distance of the 12
Gotcha.
bars, and my melodic contour would be free. But Elvin, I leave that space in there to an awkward place. He said, "What's he doing? Is he lost? He wait." He said, "Okay, I see." So after a while, he started understanding that's the way I play, and he just supported it.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, he said, "Oh, well, you know, I was there when your people were doing it." So he started giving me more. You know.
Yes, he was there. Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So he just wanted to see if I knew where I was. You know, if I was there.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And he was just like Art Blake. He was the logical extension of Art Blakey. Very
Yeah.
modern.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's funny. He to me is the logical extension of Art, and Tony was the logical extension of Max.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I wanted to see Alan Dawson. Speaking of Tony, Allen's here. You know,
Oh, I didn't know.
yeah, he gave a clinic yesterday. I couldn't get to see it, and he's the one that helped Tony a lot. What was I going? Okay, so any young players that catch your ear? Any younger players today that catch your ear?
My band and my wife, Jerry Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's amazing. You know, and I'm fortunate that I get a chance we talk music, and I get the chance to sit down with her, and what she can play harmonically is amazing. You know, she's an extension of Herbie and Bud and Monk and Cecil Taylor. You know, but all the things, I used to have these wonderful conversations and duets with Herbie.